Hi. Thought I'd talk to you today about a new book. Chimaera comes out on the 28th of May. It's been a little while in the making. I wrote it as part of NaNoWriMo, which you guys may not know very much about, but it's a kind of book writing competition. It's a charity, and you're challenged to do 50,000 words in a month in November of last year. So this book is about Caitlin. It's about her life about a year before Anachronist takes place. It's set in the same world. It's all about what happens and what did happen to her parents in some ways, and I thought I'd take a different spin on it. This is a kind of a thriller. I've got some crime elements to it. I've brought in the Protectorate, who are a very small, get a very small mention in some of the other stories, and I really wanted to explore the idea of a time cop. So there's a guy in it called Inspector Sabian, who essentially is a detective within the Protectorate. So you get to see another side of the kind of Oblivion Order and some of their kind of darker areas. And there's also another department that I brought into this called the Xenobiologists, and the Xenobiologists are the guys that essentially look after the weird and wonderful creatures that come out of the maelstrom. They study them. They're like scientists, and had a lot of fun coming up with some ideas around what we could do with that and the kind of creatures they've been studying. And kind of mixed into that is Caitlin's story of some of what you get to learn a bit more about what happened to her parents and what they were up to and where they went, basically. So really quite interesting. It's difficult not to talk about it without giving too much away. But as I say, it's out on the 28th of May. I will be releasing the paperback probably a couple of days after that. It's nice to have a proof. But yeah, it's cool, and I really like the cover. I'm not sure about you guys, but I just kind of had a lot of fun putting that cover together. Some people have said it's a little bit Silence of the Lambs, which I have to say I don't mind if I borrowed from that a little. But yeah, it's interesting. It's got a lot of elements that I would say you wouldn't have learnt so much about. One key thing to mention is this is not book 3 of the trilogy. The third book is being written right now, and I am maybe 40k into the first draft. So yeah, think of this as a kind of side story. It's a little bit of background, if you like, and I intend to do more of these. I like the idea of exploring the other characters, so I'm already thinking about what I could do with the Colonel as a completely separate story, and probably Inspector Sabian will get his own very own side story as well. So interesting to see where it goes.